So you want to do everything you can to try and make that gunfight unfair. I try and base my play style around what can go wrong, what can I do to prevent that going wrong, and then every time something goes wrong, I think of a way I can counter that. I got two. I'm about to wipe him for you. I got you.
Yes, cheers, man. Oh, man.
It's okay. This is why you gotta get the reps in. It's all about the timing.
Yeah.
If you can aim and move,
Yep.
you're good for most games.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like I need to get higher up.
It's a lot more punishing when you get shot.
Yeah. Well, it's the low time to kill, like you said, isn't it? It's just like,
Yeah.
just to give you any chance to react.
Exactly that.
Oh, that sound again.
That beautiful sound.
Here we go.
I've got some bad guys on me. I have the Juggernaut on me, actually.
There's two, yeah. The one's got a sniper as well. I think he's just airstrike me to try and get me out. They're up on the like the catwalk thingy.
Come.
I'm gonna go back up. You got him, yeah?
It's going a little bit crazy over here. You got that guy on you. I can just tell.
Oh yeah, I got him. It's under control.
And then the more hours you play, the more things that go wrong. So then the more things you know how to fix, and you get better at fixing them. So that, from that perspective, I think that's something my chat have come to learn from me, that my playstyle, they can apply it to their own gameplay. Even if they don't have the best gun skill, they can do every other thing on that list that has nothing to do with gun skill, that's just tactics. They can apply that to their own game and make themselves a much better player, even if they don't have the best aim in the world. So that's kind of always been my perspective on things. Well, I've always had this kind of maxim, I guess, where a gunfight, if you're both standing out in the open and you're both of equal ability, then it's going to be 50-50, right? It's a 50-50. It's a coin flip. So you want to do everything you can to try and make that gunfight unfair. Okay. About that. Can I save you?
He's looking at me.
No. Tell him not to. I'm coming.
I think my comms are turned off.
I'm coming.
Oh, he's just not. There's two of them. There's two of them. I'm in the goop.
I got one. I got two. You could do that. What's your PR?
I mean, barely double figures, probably.
Oh, I'm just having fun with it now.
Maybe the original Warzone, but not Warzone 2.
So, for example, one way you could do that is shooting someone in the back. If you're shooting them in the back, your chances of dying is probably 1%. They might turn and kill you, but that is just unlikely, right? I'm just slamming everyone right now, bro. Everyone's getting done.
That's what we want to see, man. No one wants me to win. But we want to see you. Oh my days! Here we go. Here we go.
I'm turning up right now.
Here we go.
And then that's just one major way, just positioning yourself around the other players. So obviously, you know, if you're in a building that has one entrance, you know that if you guard that entrance, you probably won't get shot in the back. So you're gonna have a pretty good chance of not dying.
Bit lost.
Oh, he is very lost. That's the end of him. And then if you're in a building, you have windows, which means you have a head glitch. And if you're to say that whole fair gunfight that was 50-50, if I stand behind a cover and it's only this much of my head showing, then that gunfight goes from a 50-50 to like a 90-10.
Too weird. Getting out of here. Really? I'm on my own.
Because I guess they put the AIs in, like, you know, for the casuals to kill something and feel something. But if it's disappointing,
yeah,
it's kind of pointless.
It's pointless for me, mate.
because I can see his whole body. He's only shooting at a tiny target, and obviously there are times where they'll hit the headshots and you will die, but on average you're going to win way more gunfights than you lose that way. Just all those things, just always be thinking about how can you take a straight one-on-one gunfight, which is 50-50, and just turn that into odds in your favor, whether it's you have height advantage, you have a head glitch, you stun grenade them so they're incapacitated, just anything you can do to make that gunfight as unfair as possible for the other player.
No, he had double plates. Can't tag him. I can't tag him. He's bottom floor.
I'm gonna try and res you, bro.
Awesome. And he talked about like the pressure as well, but obviously there's a lot of stuff going around about like accusations of cheating, and there's loads of talk about like Cronuses and like people, especially on TikTok. There's a few people I won't mention.
Don't even get me started.
They've got like famous for, you know, kind of almost kind of feeding into that narrative of like I'm a cheater, but like I'm a secret cheater, and I'm going to hint every now and then and kind of play off that. How do you deal with one, the accusations, and two, are you ever kind of tempted to lean into that as well, just for kind of clout on social media?
See, my thing is, most people are just trying to just ban people that say stuff like that, because obviously it's like, you know, kind of defaming in a way.
Yeah.
I always try and show reason, because that same community that are just willing to jump on someone's head and call them cheating without really knowing, I mean, that whole side of the community is very toxic. Like, they'll say some terrible things to the streamers and, you know, kind of use it as an excuse, because it's like, oh, well, you're cheating, I can say whatever I want to you, when obviously most people aren't. So I do try and show them a logic side of things, whether it's clips of me where they think I'm cheating or other people, and try and show them, hey, this is why they did that, because a lot of the time they just don't have the game sense to know why that person would make that play, because they're comparing their own gameplay to someone who plays 100x what they play. So it's obviously going to be completely different every time. Like, if a regular person jumped in an F1 car, they'd never drive like an F1 driver, but they're not going to say they're cheating. You know what I mean? It's like, so I always try and show logic, but a lot of them just don't want to hear it. They would just rather say, oh, they're cheating, and chalk it up. I don't ever want to get into that, just because I know the toxicity that comes with it. Like, some of the people that play into the whole cheating thing, there's a lot of toxicity in their chats and stuff. And I know they don't like that. Obviously, the payoff is that they get more viewers, but for me, not really into that. I like being clear cut through and through, but I do try and show the other side that they're not cheating.
Yeah. And it's been, I mean, that stuff's been around for like ever since gaming's been a thing, right? Like, I remember like even playing FIFA nowadays. If you beat someone on FIFA, they'll message you and be like, "Oh, the game wanted you to win. Oh, you must be, are you just like spamming this or whatever, or oh, you must be cheating or whatever." And like, you're like, oh, "Come on, man." It's just like,
I mean, the way I think of it is, it's just people that want a reason that they're worse than you. Especially like, I mean, you mentioned there's people that, you know, kind of lean into it a bit and you get a lot of like juice from it. Like, and obviously Nadia, the fact that she's obviously a girl and she's really, really good at games. There's a lot of, I would say, you know, guys out there that are just completely unacceptable. Like, they just can't handle that a girl's better than them. So she has to be cheating. I mean, that obviously exists in games, especially. There's a lot of that going around, which is a shame, but I think that's why she gets so much heat. But I think she handles it well, and it's you know, I love firing back that comment, just like, hey, listen, you're just upset a girl's better than you, man. Like, just get better. I know. I love it.
It's difficult though with Warzone particularly as well. The fact that like, they're not just the kind of the people that accuse you of cheating as well, because there are these devices like the Cronus devices, for example. There's a clear thing for them to be like, oh, you must be using this to get better, rather than just saying generally, oh, you're just cheating. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're cheating. They can clearly go, oh, you must have a Cronus under the table.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just like raging in a video game. It's like you die. Even I'll do it. I'll be like, that guy's stream sniping, even if he's not. It's just easy when you're raging. But some of these people, they'll stream snipe us all day, every day, to try and spectate to see if we're cheating. And it's just like, we're not, obviously. I remember I posted a TikTok once. Someone said I had a Cronus because I was shooting a gun that had a lot of recoil and it wasn't like bouncing. So I showed my controller. I did the recoil control on stream. I shot without touching my right stick. The gun's going crazy, up, right, everywhere, going nuts. And I was like, all right, now watch with recoil control. Didn't move it a single inch. The TikTok blew up, and it was just like, people think I'm cheating just because I've learned that. I mean, if I put years of game time into the game, obviously I'm going to know recoil patterns and be able to counter them. And there's obviously 1 percentile clips where you're going to be at your absolute best. Like maybe not every time I shoot my gun it looks absolutely insane, but there'll be at least a couple times where I beam where it actually does look like I'm cheating. Like sometimes I'll shoot shots and be like, damn, am I cheating?